Yo, what's poppin' everybody? It's your boy Modern Fiction here, back again with another video. Here today to put my thoughts out on a Luffy power scaling video, as these past couple chapters have been great but also polarizing. So let's dive into it. Firstly, I know there's a section of the community that doesn't really care for power scaling, as their view is the characters will always be as strong as they need to be for the narrative, but that's only true to a certain degree, as Oda has put in place a pretty fleshed out power system and logical power progression scale. Nuanced enough to even cover the stereotypical general shonen trope of the MC plot armor, which in this case, Haki blooms, Haki directly meaning willpower. So if you have any level of mental fortitude, especially if you're a conqueror, you're going to grow from the experience of every fight going forward and become stronger along the way. This is great because it doesn't just apply to the main character but can apply to anyone in the series or verse. It just seems like Luffy's benefiting from this concept the most as he's growing exponentially, but that's because of his unparalleled willpower, having the resiliency to get back up no matter the circumstance. And that's why, in my opinion, it's plausible for Luffy to be on this grand stage pulling what previously has always been definitively a Yonko level feat, splitting the skies of course. As during his recent clash with Kaido, Luffy finally has a proper basic understanding of advanced conqueror's haki and how to apply it in battle, once again showing his fighting intelligence and battle prowess. The clash of the two conquerors split the sky, the heavens. I don't think he's mastered this ability yet, of course. I don't think that'll happen until post Wano as we enter endgame versus Shanks or Blackbeard, but as we can see, he's at a level now where he can use it proficiently at least. I think this growth rate and where Luffy is now relative to Kaido is understandable when you consider a couple factors. So for one, this notion that advanced conqueror's haki shouldn't give you this much of a boost in power is inherently flawed, as throughout the series it's been reinforced thoroughly that this ability is the most special and unique power on the planet, with only a select few notable individuals being able to wield it, all who are infamous in their own right, and an even lesser handful of those being able to utilize it at its most advanced level. True king's candidates who have the power and ambition to rise to the top. Because even statistically, it's only reserved for the elite of the elite, as already only 1 in several million people only have the basic Conqueror's Haki abilities. So the few advanced Conqueror's users we know are literally the cream of the crop, being the top percentage of the already top 0.0000001% of the planet in terms of ambition or willpower, aka Haki. You'll have to remember that even at Marineford, all the top tiers, whether it was the Admirals, Sengoku, Garp, Whitebeard, Marco, etc., all deemed Luffy to have great potential, yes, because of his tenacity, but specifically after his showcasing of Conqueror's Haki, at that time albeit unconsciously, we saw how the Marines viewed it as an extremely dangerous threat, and the pirates viewed it as a highly valuable asset, with Whitebeard himself acknowledging that Luffy is a potential contender for Pirate King who can carry on Ace and Roger's will into the new era. This is also why Akainu kept chasing after Luffy and Ace. He knew the potential they had, the bloodline that they had, and from his perspective, he wanted to stop the seed before it could grow into a tree, knowing their potential threat. So Oda's had the groundwork laid out for this for a while. Moving on, another factor readers have to consider is the significant amount of damage that Kaido has taken and also dealt in this battle during the war on Onigashima. Oda has conveyed that Kaido is not at full power, so it's fair to say he's nerfed right now. This makes sense considering he had to fight and deal with the Scabbards 1v8 and he watched them. Then we got Roof Piece, which was goated, and there he had to fight the Supernova 2v5 alongside Big Mom, taking some significant blows that actually bypassed his armor and skin, namely by Luffy and Zoro, of course. Then he had to deal with Yamato, who is strong in her own right, in my opinion the ace of the crew, easily commander level. I'm gonna make a video on that relatively soon. She actually held her own and put up a good fight. And then we got Luffy, Yamato, and Momo 3v1ing Kaido, albeit it was brief. With all of that, plus the fact that it's known that Luffy's vitality is god tier, he always heals extra fast when he gets to eat a lot of meat. We've seen this time and time again at the end of arcs or even mid-arc when necessary, like in Import Down or now in Act 3 Wano. Luffy with his energy back plus another Haki bloom from the L he took is back better than ever. And that's the core of his character. Like his devil fruit, Rubber, he always bounces back. That being said, to give my final verdict, as I know these levels are inherently conjecture and not official within the verse, I think that current Luffy, as of chapter 1027, can extreme diff any regular admiral, like the new Gen 1s such as Fujitora or Ryukuru, assuming they're relatively equal, as they got drafted together, and can push any full-powered healthy Yonko in a 1v1 to an extreme diff and ultimately lose, as he's about to defeat a weakened Kaido one-on-one. Though I do think, coming out of Wano and entering Endgame, Luffy will be a full-fledged Yonko with another Haki bloom after the end of the arc, and be on relatively equal footing as a quote-unquote great pirate whenever he meets Shanks or Blackbeard relatively soon. In One Piece time, of course, not real time, but we'll see. Because Oda is really picking up the pace with Wano. I can tell he wants to finish it soon. There's 5 minutes left with the impending doom of Onigashima falling on the flower capital. I'm gonna get more into that stuff when I do my review for 1027, look for that. But yeah, people might think I'm overrating Luffy, especially when I say he's slightly over the Admirals. Keep in mind I don't mean characters like Akainu, as he's a step above them. But I do believe that Advanced Conqueror's Haki is the key difference that pushes him ahead. Like for an example, I do think it's probable that Fujitora has both Advanced Observation Haki and Advanced Armament Haki, given his sensory perception and swordplay. But I don't think any of the regular Admirals have Conqueror's Haki, let alone Advanced Conqueror's Haki. Even though now that I'm sitting here thinking about it, Isho does have the ambition to destroy the current system and an unparalleled willpower within the corrupt judicial system that is in place right now. But yeah, that's it for the discussion, y'all. Like, subscribe, comment if you rated it. If you enjoyed the video, it's free to click that button and it'll help your boy out a lot. Modern Fiction, out.